We know 3 of the teams who will be playing on Championship Saturday. Who will be the 4th? Welcome back to the XL Energy Center as we get you set for our final game of the day. It's in AA. The second-ranked Moorhead Spuds at 25-2, taking on the Greyhounds of Duluth East, who come in 28-1. Welcome back inside the XL Energy Center, everybody. I'm Jeff Grayson, along with Joe Bianchi and Dave Spihar. And guys, the winner of this game will have their hands full. They'll play Centennial, but let's break this one down. We're going to begin with the Moorhead Spuds, Joe. This team, tough, coming in here ranked number 2.
Absolutely, and they've done it all year, and they're going to look tonight, and speaking with Coach Dave Morinville, to continue, not change anything that they've done all year long. They're going to be aggressive, and if they're going to go down there, you want to go down being aggressive, throwing pucks at the net, a lot of forechecking, and being very aggressive all over the ice.
Well, Moorhead's only 2 losses were to Centennial and to Duluth East. They won it 4-2 back in December. And Dave Spihar, I think you know a little bit about Duluth East hockey. What can you tell us about the Hounds?
Well, I think you can throw that win out the door. I mean, we're down here at the state tournament. Everything goes out the window. I think the key to East tonight is get a big game out of Jake Maida. Be there for the team, be the backbone, and also try to shut down Lee and Ammerman. I think they're a key for Moorhead. They're getting involved. Moorhead's going to win the hockey game. I think they've had 2 losses. And the only losses where they have not scored a point. So, I mean, they're going to be involved. They're going to be active. I think Duluth East has to shut down the involvement of Moorhead's D-core.
Well, if the Spuds want a state title, they'll have to avenge both those losses. Let's take a look at the brackets in Class AA. You see Centennial and Wayzata. Centennial advancing to the championship game. They'll play the winner of this one, Moorhead and Duluth East. Should be a good one. And now we go upstairs to the guys calling the game. Here are Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny. Wally?
Thanks very much, guys. And I think something we should point out about those 2 Moorhead losses as well, Louis, they came the day after they had already made a road trip, and one of them, particular to Centennial, was after they had to play the night before and had to play an afternoon game. But Moorhead is certainly a very good team. We know they can bring it up a notch from what we saw last night.
Well, they played very well last night. They just weren't able to beat the goaltender. I think they'd like the same type of game tonight. They got opportunities. They do have scoring ability. They move the puck well. They forecheck very aggressively. So we know that they're capable of a high level of play.
It took overtime for Moorhead to gain that victory last night against a very pesky Elk River team. But one of the smartest guys in the tournament is this guy, Chris Johnson. He's a 4.0 student.
Well, he's also a very good hockey player, a terrific hockey player. And he's one of the keys tonight for Duluth East, because Moorhead is going to forecheck aggressively. They need the puck, Duluth East does, to be brought out of their zone. Nobody does it better in that team than he does, and he sees a lot of ice time. He'll be out there quite a bit. He's going to have to really lead the attack out of the Duluth zone, relieve the pressure for Duluth East to beat Moorhead, which is a tough task here tonight.
And Duluth East has a team that likes to play well in their own zone. They have done a good job defensively, keeping people on the perimeter.
I think, you know, Wally, we're going to see a real good game by both these teams moving the puck out. Each of these clubs had real good nights last night. The defensemen passed the puck well. They skated out. We should see a real effective type of puck movement by both of these clubs when we're seeing get the puck out of the zone. The defensemen, each of these clubs do it well.
2 out-of-towners going at it in our final semifinal match. The winner of this one gets to take on Centennial for the state championship tomorrow.
Fox 9's coverage of the Minnesota State High School League's Boys Hockey Championships is brought to you by U.S. Bank, home of the 5-star service guarantee. Menards, save big money at Menards. Toyota and your Minnesota Toyota dealers. Don't go away. Fox 9's coverage of the Boys Hockey Championships will be right back.
The Spuds are meditating. They're number 2 in the state, but they have to get past Duluth East and the Moorhead team, getting ready for this big encounter, one of the biggest games of their life. There's the game plan. Battle, shoot the puck, go to the net. That's grind it out kind of hockey. And as we have seen so far, Lou, that seems to be the way that Duluth East likes to play in this tournament.
Well, these 2 clubs are teams that we've seen here before. We've seen the kind of style they play. We like the fact that they both like to move the puck quickly. Both of them have very good position play. One of the key things when you're playing hockey is to make certain that you know where your teammates are, because many times you don't have time to look or react. You've got to know and anticipate where they are. And these clubs play very sound positionally, and they are one of the better coached teams when it comes to sticking to that position. I really enjoy I've seen Duluth East for so many years now, and it just seems to be a trend and a tendency that they carry on. And now I've seen Moorhead do the same thing for a few years. So I'm very impressed by that.
Let's take a look now at our Schmelz game plan. And for the Moorhead Spuds, as they enter the playing surface right now, it's always important to get that first goal of a hockey game.
Well, especially for them. They lost to Duluth East before, and I think they play better when they play ahead. Last night they had a tough time getting the goal. It seemed like they were getting tense. If they can get a goal, and especially the first goal, I really believe you're going to see much better flow to their attack.
And if they've got such a high-powered attack, that means Duluth East is going to have to be very solid defensively.
I think Duluth East really has their work cut out for them to handle the attack of Moorhead. And one of the keys, as we pointed out before, Chris Johnson, but all of the defensemen have to move the puck quickly to relieve the pressure from Moorhead.
That being said, well, a lot of the efforts are going to fall on the shoulders of Duluth goalkeeper Jake Maida.
That being said, Maida's still going to get tested. We know he's going to have to come up with some big saves. Duluth East feel good about him, and he's going to have a top game here tonight if Duluth East wants to advance against that powerful Centennial Hockey Club.
Duluth East coming into this game tonight with a record of 18-8-1, so they have suffered a few losses on the year. However, they are 12-3-1 over the last 16 games, including playoffs, entering the state tournament. This is the 14th trip to the tourney for them. They went 6 times in a 2-class format and have gone 7 times when it was just a single-class format. And right now they've got top 4D all playing well. They played in last year's state tournament as well. Moorhead Spuds, you're taking a look at them right now. They're in the dark uniforms tonight. This is their 9th trip to the state tournament, but their 4th straight down here. They've got veteran tournament experience right now. That could be a plus as we go into this one tonight.
Well, it was a big key for Moorhead to win a game last night, to win a game that first game. They had a very tough game against Elk River. Elk River was extremely physical. They were very tenacious. They checked well, and Moorhead had to battle for that win. It was important that they did that.
All right, let's make the starters of tonight's game, and let's go down rinkside to PA announcer Dick Stanford.
All right, everybody, we're welcome to our second and final semifinal game of the night. And welcome to the XL Energy Center in the 2004 Minnesota Boys Hockey Tournament. Tonight's game, is second semifinal game, is also a championship game of the sorts. Let's settle who's the best in the North. Let's meet the starting lineups of the champions of Section 8AA, the Moorhead Spuds. In goal, number 31, Spencer Deitz. At defense, number 7, Joe Emmerich. And number 22, Brian Lee. The center is number 21, Brian Gifford. And the wings, number 11, Nick Deitz. And number 23, Nolan Oliver. Moorhead head coach is Dave Morinville, and his assistants, Terry Shercliffe and Rory Sandvik. And from the Northeast, let's meet the Duluth East Greyhounds. Starting in goal, number 30, Jack Maida. At defense, number 6, Pete Hansen. And number 22, Phil Johnson. At center for the Hounds, number 10, Blaine Gams. And the wings, number 12, Brian Lasky. And number 26, Rob Johnson. Head coach of the Duluth East Greyhounds is Todd Wentworth, and his assistants, Scott Mathias, Sean Rode, and Ben Johnson. And we are ready to settle who's best in the North.
And we're looking forward to this. A goalkeeper change for Moorhead as we take a look at our car soup starting goalkeepers for tonight's game. Derek Hittle played last night for the Spuds, and they've been going with a rotation schedule all season long. And why change right now? It's worked this far to gain their #2 ranking and a berth in the state tournament. So Spence Deitz will be in. He's the brother of Nick, who plays on the forward line here for the Moorhead Spuds. And there you take a look at Spence's record, 12-1 on the year. Very good goals against the average, a 1.45, but a saves percentage just under 90%. Down to the other end of the rink. A little different formation for the Duluth East Greyhounds. You'll see Jake Maida once more, 13-3 on the year. Coming into this game tonight, 2.4 goals against average, but a rather healthy 91% saves ratio.
Duluth East got quite a formation down in front of the goal. I don't know if we can get a camera shot of it real quickly before they break up, but I don't know what they were doing down there. But
Nice little huddle.
Nice little huddle. I don't know how they can hear all the way from one end to the other. They were about 25 feet out from the net.
Okay, Centennial's in the state championship game for tomorrow night. We should point out, too, that the Class A game will be played at noon here on Fox 9 tomorrow. It'll feature Breck going up against Orono.
That should be a good game, too.
Well, that will be a dandy of a game. I like both of those teams. Michael Gager is the referee along with Don Hansen, and Bill Danielson is our linesman tonight. There's a first attempted shot on goal, but it's blocked by a sprawling Duluth East defenseman. That's number 22, Phil Johnson.
Good shot by Joe Emmerich from the point for Moorhead. He kept it real low. Had that puck gotten through, it would have been a tough shot for Jake Maida to handle because he was screened.
There's 3 Johnsons on this Duluth East team. We're going to warn you about that right away. Here's a shot on goal, blocked. Chris Johnson playing it off to the right side. Another defenseman is Phil Johnson, whom we mentioned just moments ago. His brother is Rob Johnson, a left winger, number 26, who has the puck. Tips it over to Chris Arrow, and Gantz furthers it along deep into the Moorhead zone. First guy in is Lasky putting it out in front. Arrow shooting from the point, has a shot blocked. Gantz keeps it alive. Lackey gets it in close, and his shot's just wide. Rob Johnson behind the goal for Duluth. Back to the point, but Arrow can't hang on to it. He'll have to hurry. The pressure coming from Nick Deitz. They'll make that number 21, Gifford, down there. Deitz there as well. Gifford tries to slam it home.
Oh, what a play.
Wow.
What a play. That was just a great play. And a lot of hard work by Gifford, and Luce puts it away. I believe it's Luce who's going to get the goal. Both Deitz and Gifford were forechecking. Deitz went past the net. Gifford gets it and gets it out front on the short side. The goalie didn't know where it was. It happened so quick. Bang, bang. Pass, shot in the net. Luce with the goal. And a quick lead here. Look at this play. Gifford cuts right back to the front, right out front. Luce is on the far side, and he put it away before goaltender Maida could react.
And watch, you'll see the net come loose, and the puck will go right underneath and through it. See that? There it is.
You know, they always question whether the puck crossed the line before the net went up. They don't use the instant replay here, so the referee has to be the judge. He's on the spot. He makes the call.
Luce scored the overtime winner last night and continues his scoring trend with the first goal of the game here in the semifinals, and is quickly 1-0, just a minute and 1 second into the hockey game.
And he came right from the bench on a line change, you know, and so nobody picked him up. He came right down the ice. Gifford was doing some strong forechecking, got control, and made a super play.
A couple of WCHA playoff scores. Minnesota defeating St. Cloud tonight 6-1 to go up 1-0 in that best of 3. And a major surprise, Anchorage defeating Wisconsin 3-2 in Madison tonight. Again, the first round, best of 3 playoff series in the WCHA.
Anchorage didn't want to come all the way down here for just 2 games.
This place will be home to the WCHA's Final 5 format beginning next Thursday night with a play-in game between the 4th and 5th seeded teams, and continuing with semifinals on Friday and the championship and 3rd place games on Saturday here at the X, the home of hockey in the state of hockey. Moorhead coming out of their own zone. Puck shot up by Nate Miller. Here's a chance, 2-on-1, center across. Oh, what a save for Maida.
That's a 10 Ballard. You're right. What a save from Maida. Great play again. Kluke right on the doorstep. Great pass across, and he didn't hesitate to put that shot on the net. Excellent play right there, and boy, oh boy, did Maida have to make a save on Kluke. That looked like it was going to be a quick 2-0. Vandervelde with a terrific pass across to Kluke. Just couldn't beat Maida.
Gifford spun around, keeps the play alive, but only momentarily till Chris Johnson of the East clears it back out to center. Ammerman losing the puck, regains possession, and slides it around the goal to his defense partner, Conneran. His head man pass a little bit behind Giff, and it's offside as it came off a skate and back in, trapping several Greyhounds.
The team in black tonight has been relentless. The first game we saw earlier tonight, Centennial, and this team right now, Moorhead. They are both teams that like to skate, and they chase you. They chase the puck carrier, and they don't stop skating. Boy, they are tenacious, and that's why they're successful.
Spuds behind the goal, turn it over, trying to flip it out in front was Nelson for Duluth, unable to do so. Pass is intercepted now by number 16 down there of East, Landon. Fourth line out in the ice for Duluth East, and they'll use that a lot. Here's a chance now for Corey Johnson across the line. He's upended. And starting up from his own blue line is Chris Johnson across the Moorhead line. Stops, shoots. Whoa, that's batted away by the goalie, but comes right back out in front. Nelson with a chance, but it goes away from him and a race for it at center. Greyhounds breaking up the play. Conneran backhands it off the wall. East picking it up. Landon playing it into the zone. Moorhead once more coming back on the attack across the line. Here's Becker. He got 2 goals in last night's victory for Moorhead. Becker in behind the net. He wears number 15 for the black-clad Spuds. Landon moving it to center. Lee, a great defenseman, number 22 for Moorhead. Playing it across the line, and it's an offside at the Duluth line. 1-0 game. Luce getting the first goal just a minute into the hockey game, and the Spuds have the lead that they want.
Moorhead continuing the pace they set last night in their win over Elk River. They really look sharp the way they're moving the puck thus far, and they do have a goal because of some very strong forecheck and good passing.
Play comes into the Duluth East zone. Is put out in front, and a snap shot wide by Henry. Now it's Henry again out in front. He's on the line replacing Oliver. I don't know where number 23 went, Lou, but this is the top line that normally has Oliver, Gifford, and Dietz. Right now it's Dietz, Gifford, and Henry moving up from a right wing to a left wing. He's number 8. Dietz and Henry colliding down there. They're teammates. Dietz still working away on it, trying to get around the defenseman Hansen of East. They go around to the other side, the Greyhounds do, and move the puck out to center ice. Emmerich trying to slow down his man does, and that allows Gifford to come back for Moorhead. Oh, a dangerous pass across ice picked off by Schumacher. Can't do anything with it. And backing up, controlling now is Brian Lee for Moorhead.
Oh, is that a good try? That was about a half a foot offside. You saw Dietz just sneak behind the defenseman. Lee very smartly sees him way up ice. Tried about an 80-footer, and Dietz was just over the line about a split second too quickly, or he had a breakaway. You see Oliver sitting right there. I'm not sure if he's hurt or they just made a line change for the moment.
Plays right at the Moorhead line. Duluth East trying to gain control, but back the other way comes Becker. Ooh, that shot goes just wide and bounces in behind the East goal. Now a backhander from out in front. There's a scramble there. Let go, a high rising shot is gloved and held onto as Corey Johnson was left alone for the Moorhead Spuds.
Well, Maida's got 6 shots, but I'm telling you, he's had 4 tough saves. They do have 1 goal Moorhead has, but boy, are they strong around the net, and they look quick tonight. They are very, very quick reacting. Look a lot like the Centennial team that we just saw victor in the earlier game. They are hungry. They lost to this team, Duluth East, earlier in the year, 4-2. As you said, Wally, Coach Morinville liked to have back-to-back games, and in 2 of those games on the backside, his team were beat, but he feels confident about his club here tonight.
Luce getting the puck back to the point, but unable to hang on is Ammerman. They'll have to reconnoiter at center ice, then drive it in. East having a chance, trying to catch Moorhead on the line change. It gives them a lot of space as Arrow brings it out to center ice. Cross the line now for Gamps. Into the corner. Trails it off for Rob Johnson, but it's intercepted by Moorhead. Again, Moorhead in the black. Big check thrown. Dropped to the ice was number 12, Lasky of East, and allows Moorhead to regain possession. Ammerman moves left. Comes back to the right. Finds Gamps on the boards. It's off the backhand side of his stick. Shot by Chris Johnson from the point. Goes back in behind the goal. Lasky digs it loose for East. Relays it back onto the blue line now for Phil Johnson. Try to go back down low to Gamps, who is pinned up along the wall. Gamps again having trouble on that backhand side of his stick. Lost the puck, and finally Moorhead just going to drive it all the way down. They'll take an icing call here. They can use a line change. Jim Rich is downstairs with the director of the Minnesota State High School League, Skip Peltier.
All right, thanks very much, Wally. And what a great tournament it's been already, Skip. We've just been talking about the memorable things we've seen already, including South St. Paul's goaltender today, Alex Stalock.
Oh, he's been phenomenal. He's what a conditioned athlete he is to be able to do what he does and spend the time all over the rink, come back and make saves. He's a marvelous athlete.
The crowds this year have been sensational. You set a record Thursday afternoon, another packed house here tonight. It seems like this tournament is starting to gain some momentum again.
Oh, we've got a great field. It's nice to have some new teams in this year. Bring some new life into the tournament. And, you know, I'll tell you, this is a great tournament, great product. And high school hockey is a great event for kids and families to come out and take a look at.
And this year is the first Herb Brooks Award that will be handed out. Can you give us a little information on that?
Well, we're really happy that the Brooks family allowed us to have a presentation for an award that speaks to the character, the qualities that Herb possessed. And one of the most important things that I think Herb really believed in was high school hockey. And he always said that his greatest experience was his experience in the state tournament in 1955, playing with his fellow schoolmates and his neighbors. And I think that's a real tribute to this program.
Yeah, it's a great job by you and your whole staff. It's been an enjoyable week for everyone.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go back upstairs to Wally and Lou. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Jim and Skip. In their own zone, Moorhead breaking out. Scampering up ice is Corey Johnson shooting it down. Chris Johnson for East taking the puck. Lost it. Tapped out to center ice. We do have 5 Johnsons in this game. 2 for Moorhead, 3 for East.
If you ever have to guess the name, just say Johnson.
Just John, you can't lose with that one, eh? What is it about these northern teams? Yeah. Johnson's on them, eh?
That's a Midwest Smith.
Chris Johnson at the point. Shot blocked. Coming back the other direction is Kluke. Across the line, he's checked on a nice jolt. Both players going down, Johnson and Kluke. In behind the goal, though, however, it's Miller picking it up for Moorhead. Miller, number 24, passing it back behind the goal for Van de Velde. He had a strong game last night. Now a steal for Miller, who turns and shoots it across the goal crease, just wide. Far side, Kluke now applying some pressure. Getting it loose, and a big check thrown on Miller, but he carries after it into the corner. Drops it off. Some nice play going on. Whoa, it's right in the crease area. And Arrow, he couldn't freeze it there. Otherwise, that's a penalty shot, so he just swept it away.
Good move by Arrow. Just get rid of it and throw it all the way out to the blue line.
Moorhead, great pressure right now. They dump it in deep and go off on a line change. Smart play to throw it in the far side. Cleared out to center ice. Moorhead knocking it down. Now it's finally driven in by Hayward.
Well, Duluth needed a line change. They tried to get it through ice, and Moorhead wouldn't even let him ice the puck.
1-0. Moorhead leading. They've outshot Duluth East 6-1 in the early going of this game. Spuds on the attack. Knocked down his Dites at center ice. Shot right back into the zone by number 22 of Duluth East. That's Phil Johnson. Very noticeable skater. Smooth. And his coach Wentworth really speaks highly of this guy. Keep your eyes on him. Number 22, Phil Johnson. The other 22 down the other end, picking up the puck for Moorhead, is Brian Lee, and he's just a junior and one of the top skating defensemen in the state. Very smart, and also on a select 16 team. Lee ducks off a check, goes back the other direction now for the Spuds. Finds an opening off the glass and just chips it out. No icing, and here's Phil Johnson. Long pass out to center ice, but it's a good reach there for number 19 Schumacher, playing it into the zone. Spuds will turn it right back the other way, and unfortunately this will be an icing call against that. We'll have a face-off coming back in the Moorhead zone when we return for more high school hockey semifinal action.